Hello and welcome to Metal Vice, a podcast where we talk about all things music.
Well, the things we care about.
That's right, which is mainly metal music and live music. I'm your host, Brian, joining your other host,
Karen.
And it's a Christmas-ish episode today.
It's December.
It's December, so wearing Christmas sweaters. You got Avatar's Dance Devil Dance, and I've got another Avatar one. Might not be able to see that in the camera that well.
No.
Or if you're listening to it, you can't see it at all. But yeah, we're wearing Christmas sweaters to celebrate the holiday season. Our backlight for our TV is typically red for this. Now it's green. It's, mixed up a little bit. And the intro probably is our new sort of Christmas intro, which will have like the snowflakes falling down, the bone flakes falling down, and the Christmas music, ho, ho, ho. And of course, our little tiny mini metal Christmas tree here, which you can't see, has a couple of ornaments, Metallica and a Louder Than Life.
Yes.
Those are our only two music-themed ornaments we have, other than Trans-Siberian, but that ball is fucking huge.
Oh yeah, that
for
thing's
this tree.
like the size of the tree. So.
And for the tree skirt, we usually use a scarf. This year, because of Back to the Beginning, boom, we have the Back to the Beginning Ozzy Osbourne scarf for Villa Park.
Villa Park, yeah.
Arsenal we saw while wandering London
We
on
did.
the way home.
Yes.
That was kind of fun.
Wrong city.
But the other reason to wear an Avatar sweater is because this episode is all about Avatar.
Avatar.
The last show we saw, which I believe the tour name was In the Airwaves, which is named after their newest album. So out touring on that album. Joining them, though, we had Alien Weaponry and Spirit World. This was at the Riviera here in Chicago on December 2nd, a Tuesday night. And ticket prices, real quick, were $37 with $12.41 in fees and $4.89 in tax. A very, very good price for this show. $37.
I was surprised when you showed me that 2 nights ago when we were at the show that it was only $37.
I was too. I was expecting it to be maybe $50 to $60, but no, $37. I was a little shocked that it was that low, actually.
Yeah, I have to say though, I was looking this up while you were doing all your numbers. The album is actually "Don't Go Into the Forest."
Oh,
but
one of the songs
single,
is yes.
One of the singles was in the Airwaves, so I just wanted to kind of call that.
Yeah,
out.
I can't remember if that was the second. I think that was the second single. The first one being Captain Goat.
Yes.
Or it was vice versa, and then
I think Captain Goat came out first.
I thought so too.
I don't know. Maybe not.
I prefer Captain Goat more anyway, so that's why I consider that first. But I could be wrong. I just can't remember the order.
Yeah.
But those are singles off of the "Don't Go Into the Forest."
Yes.
Cool. I guess we're gonna jump straight in. We've talked about the Riviera before in terms of a venue, so we try not to like linger too much on new venues and whatnot. Yeah. I will say this though, going up there in what is that village or that little area called?
Uptown.
Oh, Uptown, right. Yeah. So going up there to Uptown, the entire night, it was a cold night when we went up there. It had just snowed. It hadn't snowed like 4 days in a row here in Chicago. Finally, before Christmas, we get snow, but it was cold. We were walking up there and I kept thinking that this was going to be at the Aragon Ballroom, which is right around there. The Aragon has like the worst ingress and getting in and getting out of that venue is just it's a pain in the ass. And I've talked about this before. My tinfoil hat sort of theory is I think they purposely make it painful getting into the venue so people pay for the accelerated or the fast lane ticket basically so you can skip the line. I think that's what they're doing. I don't have any proof for that, but it just feels like something Live Nation would do, and it's a Live Nation venue. And walking towards this venue, I was like, fuck, it's going to be at the Aragon Ballroom. We're going to have to stand outside in this fucking freezing-ass cold. But it wasn't until like right before we got there, I was like, wait, hold on, no, this is at Riviera. Shit, we don't have to do that. And sure enough, you just walk straight up and go straight into Riviera.
Yeah. I was confused on where you were going with that. But yeah, by the time we got there at like 7, there was no line. The doors were at 6.
Were they 6 or 6:30? 6 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Show at 7:30.
Yeah, so there could have been a line at 6 o'clock. I don't know, but
there could have been.
When we got there, though, there wasn't that many people in there.
And honestly, by the end of the night, there weren't that many people either. It wasn't much of a crowd. No, I don't want to say like there wasn't much of a crowd. There was a crowd, but it definitely wasn't a sold out show.
Yeah, there was room to move around. So
this is also our first time seeing Avatar at a venue other than House of Blues.
It was, yes.
Every year, it felt like they came every year there for like a 3 or 4 year stretch where it's like a guaranteed Avatar show at the House of Blues every summer, every fall, something like that. And last year they weren't here in Chicago. I don't think. I'm pretty sure
No,
they
I
weren't.
don't think so. Yeah, no.
They were up at Milwaukee Metal Fest.
Yeah, we saw them at Milwaukee Metal Fest. Yeah, that was the only show last year that we saw them.
Yeah, and they weren't here for Chicago then that year, which was kind of a weird thing because, like, again, it felt like they were here every single year.
I do feel like they did 2 tours in the U.S. last year, though, so they must have just not stopped in.
That's my guess, right? I don't know, but yeah. So it's been a couple years since we've seen them. Oh no, it's been a year since we've seen them, but a couple years since we've seen them in Chicago.
Yeah.
Like I said, the first time not at House of Blues. There was one other time they played at, I believe it was the Aragon Ballroom they played.
Yeah.
Which I can't imagine how that was sold. I don't know if it was, it definitely wasn't sold out from what I remember.
No, yeah.
But
we had family in town, so that's why we didn't go. But that's the only Chicago show we've missed of theirs.
That we believe we've missed, since 2019, 2018, probably 2018.
Wasn't 2017 the Trivium show, though?
So 2017 is when we saw them at Open Air. That's the first time we saw them. But then was it also 2017 the Trivium show? I thought it was. Maybe it was the winter of 2018 or something. I don't
remember.
But whatever, that was the next time we saw them was they opened for Trivium. And then I think every time since then they've been the headliner outside of Milwaukee Metal Fest, but they've been the headliner. So it was kind of cool to see them at a new venue, especially since we hate House of Blues.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, the venue's really cool. We've talked about that in the past. Really old school vibes with the sort of theater aspect, kind of rundownish, but also not like a cleaned up rundown, I guess.
Yeah, well, they've fixed it up over the last couple of years as well. Like they've
especially the basement and the bathrooms. Yeah, the
bathrooms in the basement is completely redone, which is nice. And then they've repainted and like done some facade work and stuff like that. So, or wait, is it called facade? Like inside? Like
I would call that facade.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Or is facade only the outside?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
But yeah, so
drinks are still fucking expensive there, $20 a beer and whatnot. So that's kind of a pain in the ass when we had 2. But hey, that was my goal for the year: 2 beers at a show. So I stuck to my goal.
You don't have to drink at a show. So
you do not. You do not. You are correct.
I spent $0 on alcohol.
You are correct.
Avatar.
At Avatar at every show. So we got in the venue. We checked our coats because, as I said, it was cold as fuck outside. Went over to merch real quick. Typically, I guess merch is one of the first things we typically do as well. But we ran over to merch real quick, mainly because I wanted to get the trading cards that Avatar now has. So back in the day when you bought something from their merch store online, you would get your package in the mail and there'd be a trading card in there. We've got a handful of these trading cards. I'll throw a photo of those up. A lot of duplicates. They stopped doing that some time ago.
Yeah, we only have like Tim and Jonas though. We don't have.
I thought we had everybody but one person. I can't remember who we didn't have. Or maybe we had a complete set of everyone. Oh. Just one.
I feel like we're missing one, but maybe I'm wrong.
We're at least, I don't know, maybe we are missing just one, but I think we have everyone else. It's been a while since I looked at them. I'll throw photos up of what we have. But anyway, they stopped doing that. And I was scrolling through Reddit and I saw people talk about going to shows and getting trading cards and showing photos up there of them. So I really wanted to get those trading cards because, I mean, I love opening packs of cards and whatnot. But they were all sold out before we get there. I think it's like $15 a card or for a pack. Guaranteed rare per pack. I don't know what the fuck that works out.
Is that just the signed ones?
No, it's not. It's like the gold foils or whatnot. I don't know. 4 cards per pack. But we saw somebody after the show. We talked to them. They had 2 packs. They opened it and showed us what they got. They had one of the rare cards that was signed, which is numbered to 10 cards. I can't remember. I think it was Hemrick they had, or I can't remember who it was. But it was a signed card with numbered, 1 to 10. I think they had number 5 or something like that. So only 10 of those per band member out there. So that's kind of cool. I didn't know they were going to do that, but yeah.
I didn't even know they were doing trading cards. So
yeah,
cool.
I wanted them. They were sold out by the time we got there at like 7 or whatnot. So whatever. We went in and checked out the first band, which was Spirit World.
Yep.
Who we had seen a few times before this.
A few times. We've seen them once before, haven't we?
I want to say it's been twice that we've seen them.
Oh, I only remember the Sepultura show.
The Sepultura show was our first time I think we saw them, and then maybe it was that Spite. I have the shirt like the
like Concord.
It was at House of Blues.
No, I don't think Spirit World's played at House of Blues that I know of.
They were in the first openers. It's one of my Comic-Con shirts I wear, where it's like all the comic book guys.
Oh no, that was Brand of Sacrifice. Was it Brand of Sacrifice? Body Snatcher.
Yes, Body Snatcher.
Yeah, Spirit World wasn't there.
Are you sure? I thought they were like the 4th opener.
No.
Let's double check that real quick. That was 2024, 2023.
2024.
Oh, you are correct. It was Spite, Body Snatcher, Mouth for War, and Throne with Kinnis, who wasn't there for our show. I think they were sick or something. I can't remember. Kenosis. Yeah. That's cross out. I can't read that. And I'm horrible at reading anyway.
That's fine.
No, I thought it was at that show. So we've at least seen Spirit World once for sure.
Yeah. It was at the Sepultura show. I don't remember seeing them before that, but you knew about Spirit World before Sepultura.
Yes,
and
I knew of them.
So excited to see that they were there.
Yeah, I was very excited to see them. I didn't really know their stuff, but I knew of them, I think. So I was like, oh.
I think you saw it like on either a YouTube video or like somebody talking about albums and stuff and was talking about the Spirit.
So we got like a
album.
Like their newest album came out and like we were on the Knotfest mailing list or something, and they're like, you can buy the new album. I was like, oh, I kind of want to buy this. I don't know who the fuck this band is, but I want to check it out. And then once we saw that show, I was like, oh shit, I remember these guys. They were in that Knotfest thing. We did a whole episode on that show. Maybe we talk about that there, but I can't remember.
No, I think we did talk about it. Yeah, and I was gonna listen to it to see what we talked about, but I.
Oh, because you did that for the last episode we did of Omni and Gathering.
It was kind of fun. I've just been preoccupied with a murder trial right now, so I don't have time to watch anything else.
Anywho, let's get into this set list, and why don't you read off what they had at this show that we saw them?
They started with Relic of Damnation, Walking on the Reaper, Moonlight Torture, Lujuria Santanica, or it could be Luroria. I can't say that with the U and the R's, but Comancheria, Unholy Passages, No Vacancy in Heaven, and they ended with Ulcer. So seeing them this time, and this is why I wanted to listen to the last episode to see what my thoughts were. I remember them being much, much more gimmicky than they were this time.
Oh, really?
But thinking about it, I think it was just my mindset thinking that they were gimmicky. Because it's basically the same thing. They come out in like...
How are you going to describe their clothing? Because I have a way to describe it in my head that I don't know if it's right. And I was thinking about this earlier today. So how would you describe their outfits and whatnot?
So I think that their clothing is like a mariachi band.
Okay.
With the jackets and... but were they wearing jeans? I can't remember. And then like a hat and stuff like that.
So jeans, sunglasses, and cowboy hats.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're cowboy hats, not like the big sombreros that the mariachi bands wear. Yeah. That's a good way to put it. I was going to say Southwest sort of style and aesthetics. Like when I think of Bullet Train, there's a character on there I think called El Sorguero or something. Like he's the wolf, the Mexican guy who's like in the mob and everything. It's like the same sort of outfit he's wearing the entire time, basically, with like the rhinestones and like the different patterns and whatnot.
And colorful and
yeah. Which they are from Vegas. So I never really considered Vegas in Southwest, but definitely out west.
Yeah, out west.
And some of that culture.
Vegas, I don't think it's Southwest, but like places in Nevada are like Western and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely like a Mexican sort of influence to the style for sure. Even their names of their songs, you can tell there's like some Mexican influence there as well.
Yeah.
Which I can't remember at what point during the show he came out and he's like, man, we showed up early. We went out to get some lunch today, and just like right across the street was some amazing fucking Mexican food. I can't remember what he said.
Birria tacos.
Birria tacos? Is that what it was?
Yeah. It's right on the corner of, right across the street from the Riviera.
Is that the name, Birria?
Birria is like the type of taco.
That's what I thought it was. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that... I think it is called just Birria something is the restaurant.
Okay. Yeah. But it's right there next to that place. And he's like, man, who would have thought there were that great of tacos here in the Midwest of all places. And he's like, it's those little gems that you find on the road that really make the travel fun and worth it and whatnot. But if you want good tacos, definitely go check out Sound Growler. Those are the best tacos that I have ever had in my 38 years of eating tacos.
Of your 6 months of eating tacos? I like birria tacos. They're, when we were in LA, I got them that you have like the consomme and you like dip them in.
What's consomme?
It's like the sauce.
Oh, it's the sauce. Okay.
Yeah. So like the meat is cooked in a sauce, and then then they fry up the tacos, and then you dip it in the sauce. Like that's like how you eat them or whatever.
So thanks for joining Metal Vice, where we talk about tacos and different cuisine.
Yeah, but if anybody's visiting Chicago and going to the Riviera,
Good place to go.
It's right next door.
Yeah, the Green Mill's right there.
Yes.
As well, good place to get a drink.
See, I feel like it's right next door to the Green Mill.
It is. It's on the corner.
Yeah,
it's that then Green Mill. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I guess going back to your gimmicky thing you were talking about, I guess you can kind of say that, with the same sort of outfits. But again, even going with Omnium Gatherum as well, sort of gimmicky from their everybody matching. Then again, Slipknot, everybody sort of has a matching outfit.
Yeah.
Some bands do it, other bands don't. Sometimes it really annoys me. This show, not so much. The band, like, whatever, that's kind of cool. But yeah, sometimes when the bands come out wearing the exact same thing, I do get a little, not annoyed by it, but I'm like, oh, that's whatever.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I wanted to listen to the last episode is like what my comments were, because I didn't find them gimmicky at all. It's
right.
Just,
see if you call that out back then as possibly being gimmicky and whatnot.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I probably did, but I just looked up what Wikipedia would genreize them, which is just heavy metal. But I think this is a new type of metal, which is thrashcore.
Really?
I get so many thrash elements of their music.
Yes, definitely.
And then I get the core aspect as well.
All right.
With like the drops and like the vocals and stuff like that.
Is thrashcore not a thing?
I don't know if it is or not.
I mean, again, we've talked about this with genres and everything, how they all sort of meld and blend together, and they take different elements from each other and whatnot. I definitely got the thrashy elements. The drops and the harsh vocals definitely as well. I really enjoyed their set. It's a band I don't listen to all that much, but actually never.
Well, you used to listen to... You said that you used to listen to Spirit World.
I don't think I did.
Like a couple years ago.
No, I don't think I've really... Maybe I did back then.
I just remember... I thought that when we recorded the last episode, you had mentioned like knowing one of the songs or something like that. I don't know. Maybe
I don't
not.
think I did,
not.
But maybe not, yeah.
Thrashcore is a subgenre of metal.
Okay.
Already. So
maybe they fall into that a little bit. Dip their toe every now and then.
Subgenre of hardcore punk that emerged in the 1980s. Thrashcore is essentially sped up hardcore, adopting a slightly more extreme style by means of vocals, dissonance, and occasional use of blast beats. So, yeah.
There was a band we saw not too long ago that I felt like was thrashcore, and I remember looking it up, and I can't remember. I was going to bring it up during one of the episodes. I must have forgot. I can't remember who it was now that I think about it. Maybe a band on the boat?
Harriet?
Maybe Harriet? I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, it may have actually been Harriet. I mentioned it.
Yeah. Just a way to like describe their music sound and stuff like that is that's why I like to kind of bring up genres, just because it's like if you understand what like thrash music is and core music is, then it like kind of comes together.
Yeah. They put on a really good show. It was short. They were the first opener.
It was short, but they played 8 songs, but they only played for like 25 minutes. So these songs must be shorter.
I haven't added these yet to our playlist. I'm going to do that after this recording session and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I don't know either. It was a really fun set. I do want to see them at a longer set of theirs, because both times now we've seen them as either like the first opener or the second opener. I can't remember where they were.
They were both first openers.
Were they first opener that night?
Yeah.
So it's something I would like to see more of and hear more of. And I just, again, I haven't been, especially this year in particular, I feel like I haven't been exploring music as well. I usually get in a rut of just listening to the same thing over and over and over. I need to get better at going through and listening to this past stuff. But now with that said, I do put our like playlist on for like our concert playlist, and I'll put that on shuffle and just listen to that in the background while I work. But a lot of that I am not really paying that much attention to, right?
Like the songs are just happening. And you're not really listening to it,
So again, that's why I like vinyl. Like buy a vinyl, throw it on, and I'm forced to listen to just not one song, but a lot of songs from that album, that thing. We don't have any Spirit World vinyl. We could have gotten one there. They were out there in the merch area signing stuff during they went out there and hung out for a bit. When I went back to go to the bathroom during Alien Weaponry, they were still back there. There was still a long ass line of people waiting in line to meet them and buy some shit from them, which is really cool.
Yeah, because after the concert when we went to the merch, they weren't there.
No, they weren't. It was after their set. And Alien Weaponry said the same thing during their set of like, hey, in like 20 minutes we'll be back out there. By the time we went out after Avatar set was done, they were gone.
Yeah.
But Spirit World, really cool band. Glad we got to see them again. I would check them out again. I want to check them out again. I want to listen to more of their shit. It was a fun little set for sure.
Yeah, I enjoyed it more this time than I think I did last time. So
Yeah. Moving on to Alien Weaponry, I guess it's they were the second opener. They're supposed to have a longer set, but why don't you read off their set list for us?
I kind of want to just say I don't want to read this set list, and I'm only saying that like we'll put it up on YouTube, but I'm gonna butcher the words like so much that I don't even want to.
I can try to pronounce them.
Okay, go ahead.
Their sort of opening track was Haka, Haka. The next song was Ruanate Wena. Again, as Karen said, we're going to fuck these names up. We're sorry. We're not trying to be disrespectful or anything. It's sorry. The next song, Te Riri o Tawurmata. Tawurmata. Something like that. Apologize again. Maui Maka Teniwu Katan Gata. And I'm probably over enunciating or specifying on certain syllables.
That's why I didn't want to like try to pronounce them because it's very cultural.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be
like,
disrespectful or not be putting the syllables where they should be going.
Right. Yeah. And as I said, we're not trying to be disrespectful or anything by this at all. I'm trying to pronounce the names as I can. But as you said, it's a very cultural sort of naming and for the songs and even the singing because these guys are from New Zealand?
Yes, New Zealand.
I couldn't remember if it was like
you went in that so confident, and then you're like, am I right?
when we first started saying it, I was like, yeah, it's New Zealand. But then I was like, but is it a small island off of New Zealand, not actually New Zealand? Like they're just saying we're from New Zealand to, be like, Auckland, that's the closest thing. Auckland is New Zealand, right?
Yeah, and I think that's where they said they were from.
Okay.
It's Auckland. I could be wrong.
Right.
I feel like that's what they said. So
we discovered or rediscovered or discovered these guys at some point while doing one of our YouTube nights, just throwing YouTube up and listening to music. And they had some of their stuff come on and we're like, holy shit, this is awesome because it is similar to Bloodywood where it's, the band is taking the influences from their culture, from where they grew up, their, region as well, and combining those with their instruments, their lyric style, any sort of movements they have and whatnot, and combining all that in to make a unique sort of form of metal that's uniquely theirs. This is why we like this sort of folk metal so much, is like from different regions, because it does sort of play in. I'm not saying that this is folk metal, but they're taking elements from their culture and bringing it into their metal.
Yeah, it's definitely cultural for them to, like how they perform, because I really liked how it started with like the cultural chants and like the dance, like I think what's that
it's
island?
Samoa, right?
Samoa, yes, like the Samoa does a similar type of like chant and dance and everything like that. Now the dance didn't really happen that much because the drummer was behind the kit and everything like that, but it has that same like essence on like the beat and everything like that.
So when he came out and did that, I was like, I thought they were from New Zealand, not Samoa, but I don't know where that necessarily is. I know that's somewhere maybe down in the APAC region.
Samoa?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it's considered. Now we sound like dumb Americans. I don't know where in the region it's considered, but I know it's an island, I think off of New Zealand, isn't it?
See, and the other thing is, and maybe this is being dumb Americans or just how America, media has shifted shit around as well. But also when I think of Samoa, I now think of like Moana and Hawaiian for some reason.
That's Hawaiian, yeah.
But I feel like that was pulling from similar traditions and pulling from similar cultural things as well for that. I could be wrong there. I don't know.
So Samoa's cultural off of Australia, so it'd be off of New Zealand.
Okay.
In a way. Yeah, it's like further east of New Zealand.
Okay.
Yeah.
But all of these regions probably share some similarities or some like traditions and whatnot, are very similar traditions to one another, the different peoples of these different islands and whatnot. Again, I'm really bad with this region of the world for sure.
Yeah. I want to visit the region of the world, but
who was it? Was it somebody in Spirit World, or was it somebody or was it Johannes who was like, what'd you guys think of the second most widely known people from New Zealand next to Frodo Baggins or something? Like they were making some joke about
Johannes. Yeah.
Was that Johannes?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that was funny because when I do think of New Zealand, I do think of Lord of the Rings.
I never have thought of Lord of the Rings when I think of New
That's
Zealand.
the only thing I know about
Oh,
Lord
okay.
of the Rings is that it was filmed in New Zealand.
Okay. I think about renting a van and driving around New Zealand and seeing all the,
Oh, really?
like, I mean, there's like the city of Auckland, but then everything else is like mountains and
Yeah.
stuff. So
Again, that's
what I
Lord of the
wanna
Rings.
do.
They spent the entire time walking,
Oh.
walking the entire of New Zealand.
I watched one Lord of the Rings one time while I was babysitting when I was like 10 or 12, and I don't remember it at all.
I've watched one time, or I've tried to watch it multiple times. I fucking hate that movie. So many people love Lord of the Rings and shit. I fucking hate that. But hey, look at this. We're on so many tangents tonight.
We are, yeah.
Mexican food, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But no, copying or not copying, but saying the same thing you were saying, basically. Of yeah, I loved the way it started as well,
Yeah.
with that tribal chant and that sort of tribal singing that the drummer was doing and coming out and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I loved that aspect for sure.
Yeah. You alluded to this when we found out about alien weaponry. We were watching YouTube, and I think the video, I don't even know what song we were watching or what song popped up, but I remember they were super young in the recording of whatever music video we were watching. And that's when I looked up who they were, because I was like, I want to
Yes.
see them, and I want to like know when they're coming to the US and all this, like,
Because they looked like they were 12 or
yeah,
something.
because they probably were, because they
Yes.
started the band when they were 8 and 10. And they're still like, they're brothers, and they're still in the band today.
And that was like, what, 15, 20 years ago?
That was in 2010. So now
15 years ago.
Yeah, so now they're like 21 and 23.
Still fucking young kids.
Is that right? Am I doing my math right? 23, 25? No, 21, 23, I think.
Well, if they were 8, 15 years ago, would have been, 23.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how math works, Mrs. Accountant.
Yes. But anyways, I remember looking them up, and I like kind of like dove into like, it was mostly on Wikipedia, maybe their website where they talk about it. I can't remember, but saying like how they quit school to like,
Do the music thing.
do the music thing is like, they made the right decision. I'm not saying everybody should quit school and be a musician, but they did something right, because it's awesome.
Yeah, and I also said like rediscover them, because apparently they opened or were one of the openers at Chicago Open Air 2017. Was it?
2019.
Well, okay. Are you sure? We looked this up on the way home because you heard somebody in the crowd talk about them back at Chicago Open Air when they were still younger, much younger. But there was the other thing where I think Spirit World was there the other year, like 2019. Like it was flipped back and forth, where basically all of these bands tonight were at one point at Chicago Open Air.
Yeah. So Alien Weaponry opened on Sunday in 2019.
Okay.
We did not get there yet, though. We got there for Fever 333.
That was our first band that year,
Well,
yeah.
one, 2019 just fucking sucked. We have a whole episode on it. And two, it was raining, so we just got there for 333, because that's the first band that we wanted to see. I do not see Spirit World on the list, though.
Oh, maybe it was Whitechapel?
Well, Whitechapel was there as well in 2017.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of.
Along with Vimic is the one that I was so surprised at.
Oh, right, Vimic as well.
Because in October we just went and saw the Vimic release. So
Yeah. See, and that's the thing. We heard the one person talk about seeing Alien Weaponry at Chicago Open Air, and we were looking at in the car on the way home, looking at the lineups and whatnot, and be like, wait, they were fucking there? Wait, they were there? We didn't see that. We didn't see that. Like, that's the cool thing about a festival, I think, is there's so much music, you're not going to see everything.
yeah. But then also in 2016, 2017, our music was very small. Like
Yes.
we weren't really even, I mean, up until probably 2020, like when COVID happened and we really started like listening to more outside of the box things, whatever was played on the radio is all we listened to. So we didn't really know of anything outside of.
I explored a little
our
bit more
bands.
than you did, but like that was very, very minimal compared to
we had
what I
our
do
bands
now.
and that's all we listened to. So
Which again, I guess that's where I'm at now. I just said that.
Yeah,
Like I am sort of in the rut, but my rut is now a little deeper than it was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I need to shift it up and dig deeper again.
yeah.
But getting back to this show real quick, not the old festivals we went to and bands we didn't see and whatnot. Only 5 songs.
Yeah.
It was a very short
It was really
set.
short. Like I think they played for like 25 minutes and they talked in between every song.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if their catalog's just not that deep. It's kind of weird that it wouldn't be that deep for being around for actually quite a bit of time.
and for being the second opener,
Right.
you would think that they would have enough to cover 45 minutes because that's generally about
Right.
45 minutes to an hour is like the standard.
Especially with 3 bands.
Yeah.
There was one song with Randy. That was the other time I was just listening to music on shuffle and it came on this music. I was like, well, this is really good. And I looked at it and then it said featuring Randy Bly. I'm like, holy shit, that's fucking awesome. And I sent it to you and you're like, oh my God, I love this. But then you completely forgot about it.
I forgot. I don't have a recollection of that at all. So
I haven't gone back to look at the text message. It's like been 8 months or so since I heard it.
That'd
but
be a long time then.
I don't want to keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling to find it. There's got to be a way to search. Anywho, we're getting off track again. Trying to stay on topic here.
No, we're not on topic. We're talking about Alien Weaponry playing with Randy Bly.
We are, I guess. Yes. Even though it was a short set, it was a very good set.
It was really good.
The music was fucking
enjoyed
awesome.
it.
I just wish it was longer. That's all.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get to see them again. Hopefully they're going to start touring a lot more maybe now. I don't know.
I think they tour quite a bit,
Do
but
they?
mostly in Europe. I don't think that
Okay.
they necessarily
Come to the
States that often. And I could be wrong on that. Maybe they've been coming a lot, but I remember looking them up and I think they did come because when we watched it, I think that they did come like 2022 or 2023.
Okay.
But we didn't recognize
Yeah.
them then.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they are from New Zealand and people in New Zealand don't necessarily get like Metallica every single year coming to their country.
They get
So
nobody.
right.
Who plays New Zealand?
So Alien Weaponry. So
Well,
you guys have an amazing fucking band down there.
Yeah.
Who can fucking crush it.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm not saying that in like who would go to New Zealand.
No, I know.
It's just there's certain places that just don't get the concerts. Like you have to travel to get a concert.
yeah, and like Australia as well. Again, that whole region, the big bands here in the US, Metallica's here almost every year. Slipknot's playing a show in the US almost every year. They're not always down in Australia, New Zealand playing a show every summer. You have to wait quite a while, just like South America as well. So we are very fortunate. So I was making that comment of like, hopefully we get to see them again. I'm not going to be pissed if they don't come back. I understand.
Yeah.
Like it's a long way to travel. So they put on an awesome show. I would love to see them again. So it's something I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for sure.
Yep.
But on to the headliner, the reason everybody was here, the bands and the crowd for Avatar.
There were some people. I saw people in Alien Weaponry.
I mean, I did too.
Shirts,
Yes. But
Yeah.
we were here
The
for
headliner of the show.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you were there for. Maybe you didn't know any of these bands and you just wanted to go to Riviera for the night.
Maybe. I was just trying to do a decent transition, but go ahead and shoot down every word I say as being so literal. Joking, but no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead and shoot you down.
Yeah, go ahead and shoot me down, or go ahead and read off the set list for Avatar for this show.
Avatar played
Captain Goat.
Silence in the Age of Apes.
The Eagle has landed.
In the Airwaves.
Bloody Angel.
Death and Glitz.
Blood.
Colossus.
Howling at the Waves.
Tower.
Then they had Glory to the King as the backing track for...
Glory to our King.
Sorry, I say to the King. The King of everyone is the King.
I think Glory to the King is a Christian song.
How is Avatar not Christian? With the bloody angels.
That's true.
Yeah, see?
Legend of the King.
Let it burn. See? You got the devil's aspect in there as well.
Don't go into the forest. Don't go in the forest.
The dirt I'm buried in. And then 3 days you rise.
Tonight we must be warriors.
Dance, devil, dance.
Smells like a freak show.
And then hail the apocalypse. Come on, that's Revelations right there.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to do this back and forth shit ever again. I was so excited to see a proper Avatar show.
Yeah, me too. And it was a great show, and I'd love to see them again. So we'll see them again, and
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. No.
No. I was just meaning because the last time you mentioned the last time we saw Avatar was at Milwaukee Metal Fest.
Yes.
I think they played for 40 minutes.
They weren't the headliner. They were right before, I think, Slaughter.
So it was Avatar, and then In Flames is on the second stage.
They headlined
and
the
then
second stage.
Summer Slaughter. Oh my God. Slaughter to Prevail was the
main
headliner.
stage. So
yeah.
Avatar was the second to the penultimate band on the main stage. And yeah, it was a short set. I remember being a little disappointed because it was so short.
Yeah.
And we hadn't seen them for a while since then either. It had been almost a year since we had seen them, I feel like.
Probably, yeah. I feel like there for a while we saw Avatar like 9 times in like 3 years. And then now it's just been kind of like slowly, like we only see them once in a while. But
And the thing I like about Avatar shows isn't just their own set. I've said this before. I love that they bring such an eclectic group of bands along with them, with the thrash core, you called it, of Spirit World, and then this tribal sort of folky metal of alien weaponry. Like so many different genres that they're like exposing the crowd to potentially. And I love that they do that.
this time it was a little bit more metal genre-ish.
Yeah.
Versus other times where it's been, more
It
eclectic.
seemed, yeah, in the past it had seemed like the formula was one sort of EDM-ish sort of band and then one more metal-y band.
Yeah. And what's the 68 like?
I'd call that rock, like a punk rock almost.
Yeah, kind of.
Old school punk rockish. Also, the thing I like about their shows is how they open their shows. At least the last few shows we've seen has been kind of weird. So Colossus, that whatever album that was on, I don't know if that was Going Hunting or what that was.
Yeah.
It's the pink one with like the Johannes's mouth open. That's all I remember. Yeah. But when they would start that tour, I believe they came out to Colossus and the band just stood there in line. And they had like the kit, like the drum kit on the stage and just stood there all like standing still playing. It was a really cool sort of intro. And then the next time we saw them after that was with like the turning door things that they had where they'd all pop through these like little boxes and whatnot, which is again, another great way to start the show. And this one, they started with Captain Goat being pulled out on this sort of like boat.
Rowboat.
Yeah, like a rowboat, like Kieran taking you across the river Styx, basically, right? But even before that, you had the house music as they were setting up their stage, which was like this jazz kind of music, like this old school jazz.
Oh, I thought
from
it was
the 50s.
jazz. I
Oh,
thought it
that's
was like
definitely
50s dance music. Would you consider that jazz?
I'd consider it like 50s jazz.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just thought of it as like 50s dance music.
Okay, maybe. I consider it like old school jazz, like
Okay.
old jazz.
Okay. I don't know jazz that well, so you're probably
Maybe.
better at talking about it than I am.
But they had that going, and it was just sort of going on, nothing really going on with it and whatnot. And it's sort of like getting distorted and getting kind of like a weird sound to it. Like it was going in and out, almost like it was on a radio that was sort of going in and out of focus is how I took it. Because next thing you know, you have the thunder coming in and the light starting to dim as the thunder gets closer and closer, which was a really cool effect for like being in a summer storm. I was sitting there and being like, this would really hit a lot harder for me personally if this was like the middle of July where it actually could be out storming right now. I love summer storms, but it's December and it's snowing and cold as shit. So you've already taken me out of the effect and it's not as strong of an effect, but it was a really cool way to start their show, I thought.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah. I didn't hear that going in and out on a radio. I just heard the thunder starting like to come into the music about 9:20ish, 9:18ish. But it starts really low,
Yes.
and then they play it over and over, and then all of a sudden you just hear the thunder. So.
Yeah, and I guess that's why I was trying to say like maybe it was radio, maybe not, but it would like the music would go in and then it would sort of cut out a little bit, and then you'd hear the rain a little bit in the background, and that got stronger as the music got dimmer and lower until it was just the thunderstorm happening.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the curtain opens, the boat comes rolling out with everybody but John, who his drum kit now gets pulled together. And he just walks up to his drum kit and starts playing. Like everybody else was on the boat, but not John. So
Yeah.
And then Johannes just sits up there and sings a song in his cloak with not taking it off or anything. And then we move on with the show and takes his cloak off, and then he starts dancing around the stage as he always does.
Yeah. I like the costume. I'm gonna say costumes for this. I mean, there's a little bit with like when they get to like Legend of the King and Glory to Our King and stuff like that. But I like how they kind of went away from the theatrical costumes, I want to say.
Yeah, every album has sort of its own look and feel to it. This was a little bit more normal. Johannes still has his like face paint that he does.
Yeah.
And every now and then he'll come out with a hat. Even
But
during
it's not as strong. The face paint is not as strong.
It's not as strong.
Before it was like very, I want to say circusy or whatever. Like, and now it's more just
around the eyes and the mouth mainly.
Yeah. He doesn't do like the white, like the very, very white and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
not the clown kind of aspect, like you're saying, like the circus type.
Yeah.
But there are moments during the set where they do go off and they come back out dressed up like that particular album, like The King. They come out dressed in their gold sort of jumpsuits and whatnot, which is really cool as well.
They were white, weren't they?
No, they're gold.
Oh.
What was the white? There was a white.
I thought the white was for the Legend of the King.
Maybe Johannes was in white.
No, they all had white jackets.
Maybe
on.
the king is in a gold jacket.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, the king's in the gold jacket. See, I can't
Yeah.
remember exactly, but that album has a look to it, and when they play those songs, they come out for that look. Yeah. But no, I agree. It's kind of cool to see how it changes over time, and this one is definitely more minimalistic for sure.
Yeah.
And with the music video for Captain Goat, when he like got drowned, when Johannes got drowned, I was hoping that you would just see like the black paint or the white paint go up through the water as a way like that's being washed away. There's going to be no more of the face paint. It's just going to be Johannes up there with normal face.
The new Avatar.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping it was. But there's still some old school, or not old school, middle school.
Mid-range.
Mid-age.
Mid-age, yeah.
Because their first one, they did the ages thing, right? Where they went through their ages.
Yeah.
This is their middle school ages, I guess.
Middle school ages.
With the Hail the Apocalypse albums and whatnot.
Yeah, like where we came in.
Yes, 2016's. Other highlights for you going into it? I don't know if we're going to go through like every single song, but just go through the highlights.
Well, before going into highlights, I think when they were playing the new album stuff, Captain Goat I know, and Don't Go Into the Forest. Don't Go in the Forest. I keep saying Into the Forest. But those two songs I know very well off of the new album. The other songs I don't know. I haven't dug into the album. I've listened to it through once and that's it. I don't know why. Probably because like what you're saying, where you get stuck in your ways, I guess, and you don't like go venture out. And I feel like I do that for a lot of bands now. Like I listen to like the singles when they come out, but then after that I kind of stop.
Of the new album, there were a few things that jumped out for me. Captain Goat for sure. That was one I loved right away when I heard it. In the Airwaves, not so much. I wasn't a fan of that one. Tonight We Must Be Warriors.
Oh yes, that song I really like.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah,
the little flute at the beginning. I was hoping they'd bring that out and actually play the flute, but no, it was a backing track for that bit.
Yeah.
But I thought that'd be fucking hilarious. Not hilarious, but I thought it'd be super cool if they came out with the flute and played that.
Yeah, I think hilarious is definitely the wrong word, but I know what you meant.
Yeah. And then Don't Go in the Forest was another one where I was like, it's fine.
You don't like it?
It's growing on me.
Oh, okay.
Which is a good thing, because typically when I like a song right away, like going back to Avatar, The Dirt I'm Buried In, I over listen to that so much, and then I get burnt out on it. Same with like Unsainted for Slipknot. Like I've listened to that so many times, I'm a little burnt out on it.
Oh, okay.
So Captain Go, Tonight We Must Be Warriors are in that same boat of I'm going to over listen to those. I know I'm going to. Where Don't Go in the Forest is, I heard it and I was like, it's not that great. It's fine. But hearing it live, it was so much fun to hear it live. And it's like, this is actually pretty good. I kind of enjoy this. So it's going to be one that grows on me, and I'm not going to get burnt out on it.
Yeah. But then you have the classics like The Eagle Has Landed, and
which was early in the set. I felt like
yeah.
The third track, I felt like that was way too early.
I feel like other shows it's been early. I don't know. We don't memorize this soundtrack.
Yeah, if we went back and listened to an Avatar show, it probably was early as well, and they probably said the same thing. They were like, "God damn, that was early."
Yeah, so you were saying like that you remember them coming out to Colossus, like at the beginning of shows. You sure it wasn't Silence in the Age of Apes? Or was that more in the middle?
No, I think that was in the middle, because I thought that was again, I'm saying hilarious. I thought that was awesome for this show that when they came to Colossus, they all came out and did that same opening that they did with for that show.
Well, and I think it helps because John has the drums like up front, so then they all stand in the line.
And they just do a couple of songs like that as well, where it's like everybody up there, John up there with his smaller drum kit, where he's just standing there like doing a single drum, like a single bass kick and whatnot. So that worked out really well how they designed that set. And then when they took that off, it was when they did the piano bit with Johannes, who did their new piano song. I'm assuming it's new, Howling at the Waves.
Yeah.
And then they went into Tower.
Yeah.
And I knew they were going to do Tower because it was all over the Reddit.
Oh, yeah. So I haven't looked at anything. But at first when they played Howling at the Waves, I was kind of disappointed because I was like, oh, I want to hear Tower. So
yeah, I kind of knew they were going to do Tower. So I thought that was going to be Tower. I didn't know they were doing another piano song as well.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of cool. We got two piano songs. We typically only get like one. I really like Gun. I would love to hear Gun again.
But have we ever heard that live?
I feel like we did when the album came out. And then afterwards, they went back to Tower and played that. Also, they released Tower as a single not too long ago, a live single, I think in Nice, Paris. They played that. which is the version I'm going to add because I love that version so much when the crowd sings Welcome Home at the very end. They're so loud. It's so I love that track so much, the live version. And we heard Tower, I want to say it was in Milwaukee during that like January rescheduled show that we saw. And Johannes played Tower there as well. And it was like right next to us. And everybody in the crowd was fucking talking.
Yeah, because when they put the piano, was that in Milwaukee though?
I'm pretty sure that's Milwaukee at Rave 2, at the Rave. That second stage.
Yeah.
And I was so pissed that everybody was talking during that set.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
This time, I think because they had the live album or the live single released, people are prepared to sing instead of talk during that. So the crowd was much, much better for Tower this time around than they were the last time we heard it.
Yeah.
Or the last 2 times we've heard it or whatnot. So I was very, very happy that the crowd was singing the song and not fucking running their goddamn mouths during the set.
Yeah, I would agree.
And then other classics, like you said, Let It Burn, The Dirt I'm Buried In, a newer classic, I would say. They played a lot of their newer stuff. They don't play a whole lot of the older stuff, which I'm a little upset about. Queen of Blades is something I really, really want to hear live. And they don't do that.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting to me that like The Eagle Has Landed and Bloody Angel aren't always back to back. This time they're really close within the Airwaves in the middle. But the end of The Eagle Has Landed is the beginning of Bloody Angel.
Yeah,
the little guitar bit. So
yeah, and that's when Tim and Jonas come up and they do like the little like going back and forth, whatever that riff is.
Yes,
you know
that's
what
the
I'm
wrong riff.
It started out strong, or it started out okay, maybe not even strong, but it started out fine.
Dun, 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 dun.
Right, but they go up and they
Bloody Angel, so that
but
like in guitars.
But they go back and forth with it, which they didn't really do, I don't think, during this, or did they do it for Bloody Angel and not? I can't remember. But
they start with The Eagle Has Landed with them back to back, and then it ends up just being Jonas, I think, doing the ending of that goes into Bloody Angel.
Yeah.
And I can't remember exactly, but I believe that's how it is.
Yeah, I think you're right. Only Legend of the King. We didn't get Statue of the King. We didn't get Avatar Country. I thought Avatar Country was one they would always play.
I don't know if we're ever going to hear Avatar Country again.
Avatar Country was like the one they used to always play to close out their show or close to it. Because that's when like the bubbles would come out, when they would have like the bubble machines and whatnot.
Oh, like to close out before the encore.
Yeah. That's my favorite album. Avatar Country by far is my favorite album. Yeah. Other things about the set you want to call out before trying to wrap it up?
I thought the production was really good with this show, because it's like got the circus tent type thing at the back, or like a theater type tent at the back, and then the lights are on like wheels. Like I'm assuming it's just motorized, and so like you get different effects with the lights that are going in and out, like in the background behind John's drum kit.
Yeah, and center stage too is that where they would always walk in and out of. Yeah. So they like it worked out really well for the curtains would open and the band would go out or come back in.
Yeah.
And the lights, as you said, would go back and forth. So it was a really cool effect. Yeah, I forgot all about that.
Yeah. With Don't Go in the Forest, it's really cool because they start with the balloon, kind of like the album cover with the balloon that's going across. When I first saw that, like I thought maybe Johannes was like carrying it across or whatever, but I'm assuming it was just on a motorized something.
When was it that like the stagehand came out? Like the whole band stopped singing and playing, and like the stagehand came out with a symbol on his head and like slowly walked over. Yeah. And
is that the Colossus at the end of Colossus?
Was it the end of Colossus?
No, because Colossus, John wasn't on his drum kit.
Yeah. No, he wasn't. It was later in the set, I want to say. It wasn't Tonight We Must Be Warriors.
No.
It must have been in the encore. Smells Like a Freak Show?
No.
But that was fucking hilarious as well.
It was.
Like the band's just sitting there waiting and the guy's slowly walking out and John's just sitting up there with this stick like, come on, get over here. And then like pretends like he's going to hit it and then eventually just hits it once and then they close it out.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Let It Burn maybe? No,
that can't end that way.
Legend of the King? No, it wasn't that.
No. See,
I can't remember where it was, but it was fun. There's little nuances and little things all over the show that like
they do a good
production.
They do a really good production of shows. So.
They have fun with it, which is the great thing, right? Like they're up there having fun, and we're out there having fun as well. And the crowd was fucking enjoying it so much. So I loved it.
Yeah.
I will say before wrapping it up, I don't know if there's anything else you want to say.
No, I'm okay. Yeah.
I follow a few bands on Reddit as like their subreddits, and Avatar is one of them that I've been following up on or following and whatnot. That's how I learned about the cards. That's how I know about Tower, which, you know, it's got its pluses and minuses. I hate knowing what the set is going into it. But I'd have to say going into this show, I was a little nervous that just getting my personal take on sort of the subreddit in particular and the vibe I got was it felt like there were a lot of new people to Avatar who are discovering Avatar and it's like their favorite band. And you'll see posts on Avatar like, what band shirt can I wear? Am I going to be okay wearing a ghost shirt to the show? What's the pit like? Is the pit too intense? So it seems like a lot of people are getting into Avatar, you know, going to their first shows and asking a bunch of questions, which are valid questions to ask. Like if I was going to my first show, these are probably questions I would be concerned with or asking as well. So I just kind of felt weird being like, my band is blowing up or getting way too big and I'm not going to like the crowd that comes in. Mostly thinking about like Sleep Token in particular, where you heard videos over the summer when they were at like one of the Danny Member shows. I can't remember what one.
Life, I think?
Maybe,
or
yeah.
Aftershock, one of the two.
Where like people were crowd surfing and like the Sleep Token fans were having none of that because they've never been to a metal show and they don't know what the fuck to do in a metal show. Yeah. And they're yelling, drop that bitch because she's crowd surfing. Like, fuck you, assholes. So I was afraid that kind of thing might be happening with Avatar. And I don't know why I was nervous. The crowd was awesome. I definitely saw some people who felt like this was one of their first shows at at Avatar. Or, well, maybe not at Avatar, but there were a bunch of younger people there who were super fucking into it. And honestly, I don't know why I was afraid. It was fucking awesome to see. There was one particular individual I remember who had these like Bose earplugs or over the ear headphones on. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's like you're older, you're a teenager or whatnot, but maybe your parents were taking you to concerts and used to have those big old bulky things. And this is your now evolution. Instead of wearing like earplugs, you're wearing
what you always like use the noise canceling headphones instead of.
Yeah. Like I'm not going to wear those giant construction ones. I'm older now. I got to look cool. So I'm going to get headphones that look cool. Yeah. And I was like, that's kind of a cool evolution to see.
Yeah. If that was the case. If that was their case, I never even thought about that. I just was like, oh, they needed to wear ear protection. Yeah. They wanted to wear ear protection.
I was wearing ear protection. You should have been wearing ear protection.
My ears are absolutely fine.
Everybody should have been wearing ear protection.
I remember see, that's why I feel like it was 2017. But after the Avatar show that we went to with Trivium, my ears rang for 4 days straight.
Oh, that was Trivium.
I don't know. And I couldn't. I remember I lost my voice because I like was singing so loud and everything.
Yes. Sorry not to cut you off here, but also there were another couple by us when Avatar started. The guy had the fucking horns up the entire night. If he put one hand down, one horn was up. I was like, dude, that's commitment. Good for you. Like, you fucking love this band. You're going to put the horns up the entire night. You're not going to put your hands down. Good fucking for you. And then the girl next to him just fucking singing her heart out during the entire thing. It was fucking awesome. I loved it.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun. I loved this show. But sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, I was going to say now, I mean, we've been to so many concerts that I don't lose my voice. My ears don't ring. I don't have like.
Your ears don't ring because they're damaged already. Like.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember leaving, like, was it Meshuggah? I can't remember what concert we were leaving at Aragon, and we're walking down the stairs to leave, and like somebody's like, I'm not going to be able to hear for a week. And I like, you need to go to more concerts.
It's not that way. It doesn't improve the more you damage it, like muscle or whatnot. It gets worse as you damage it.
What?
I think that's the whole point of like growing muscle, right? Is you lift weights to like tear your muscles and they grow back.
What?
Yes. Fuck that. God damn it.
I'm leaving that in there too.
Fuck. I should have known.
Now I'm glad that we saw a proper Avatar show, a full set. They played 18 fucking songs.
Almost 2 hours.
They're over Metallica level now of how many songs they play. Metallica played 16.
Yeah, but their songs are also longer.
I don't know about that.
Orion's like 8 fucking minutes.
I don't know. Anyways, Avatar, if you're going to the Europe Metallica shows, Avatar is opening.
Yes.
Go see them.
Avatar, Gojira. I think Pantera's back as well.
Maybe.
And I can't remember who the fourth one is.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Those fucking four bands, I guess 5 bands, including Metallica twice.
Math.
this leg of the Metallica M72
Yeah.
tour looks fucking insane.
Yeah, I wish we could make it to Europe for the tour. I really do.
Going to Dublin and hearing
I know.
Whiskey in the Jar, and if they don't play Whiskey in the Jar in Dublin, that's fucking
Oh, I
a
bet they
shame.
do. I bet
Come
they
on,
do.
then Lizzie, that's
Yeah.
where they're from. Like, of course they're gonna fucking play it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anywho, Avatar. I forgot about that. Avatar's opening for Metallica. That's
Yeah.
fucking
So
insane.
after this tour, they're doing a Europe tour next year, and then they're touring with.
A year from January, I think. Right? They kick it off.
What?
A year from January, they kick off their European tour. I think it's a winter tour.
Yeah, but it doesn't
20
it start in January?
2026. Oh wait,
That
yeah, that's like
2026 is
that's
in like
that's like next month.
in like
Shit.
28 days.
Fuck, you are right. I was thinking it was a year off, but no, that's
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I love Avatar. I really do. I love seeing their shows. It's so much fun. Again, I was concerned that maybe they're bringing in a bunch of new people that I'm not gonna, like necessarily.
Yeah. It is a concern with the crowd if you I don't want to be like that metalhead that's like,
Right.
don't listen to my music. But
Right. That's kind of what I felt like.
the metal community is a family, and bringing outsiders in is like any family where you need to indoctrinate them into
You
how
gotta
we act.
indoctrinate them. And this is how metal
Isn't it
is.
true?
I wouldn't.
Isn't anything indoctrination?
I get where you're coming from. I kind of somewhat agree. I don't know if those are the words we should be using, but
I mean, it's almost the same concept.
yeah. Again, I don't know if those are the words, the phrases we should be using, but yes, I was the old man gatekeeping a little bit there.
Yeah, you were.
I shouldn't have been. If they're bringing new people into the music, that's fucking awesome. Because one of the posts on that Reddit subreddit was also, what other bands do you listen to? And going through that and seeing the bands, Lamb of God, Meshuggah, Opeth was in the list as well. Like, I wouldn't necessarily, like, I love Opeth, but like, I wouldn't say, if you like Avatar, check out Opeth.
Yeah.
Vastly different styles here, folks.
Yeah.
But also, go check out Opeth. They're fucking awesome. So, like, going through that list and seeing all the bands listed, like, fuck, every single band that's being listed is a band I like. Like, this is good fucking shit. So, if they're bringing new people into music, especially into metal, that's fucking awesome. So, go out there and, like, check out metal music, explore metal music, but also explore out music live. Like, it's going to be so much fun. You're going to find an amazing crowd, amazing music. The performance is fucking awesome. Just go experience live music. There's nothing like it. So get out there, check out some live music, and maybe we'll see you at the next show.
Bye.